Full cycle recruiting can be great for the organization, the recruiter, and the candidate, but it isn't the best choice for every organization. So, what is the full cycle recruiting process? And is it something your organization can benefit from? Let's find out. Hi, I'm Nelly, and welcome to a new episode of Learning Bites. In this video, we'll discuss what full cycle recruiting means and the 6 steps of the full cycle recruitment process. But before we get started, you know the drill. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification button. Let's dive in. Full cycle recruiting is also called full life cycle recruiting or end-to-end recruiting. Full cycle recruiting is a holistic recruitment process with a full cycle recruiter involved in each of the 6 steps. So what are the benefits of full cycle recruiting? Accountability. With one person in charge of the entire recruitment process, it's always clear who is responsible. Candidate experience. The candidate will always know who to reach out to if they have any questions, and the recruiter has more time to build a meaningful relationship with candidates. This makes it easier to offer a superior candidate experience. Decreased time to hire. Having one person in charge of the entire process reduces dependencies and unnecessary delays, which can help bring your time to hire down from months to weeks, but only if the full cycle recruiter is organized and rigorous. And that brings us to the cons of full cycle recruiting. First of all, full cycle recruiting isn't suitable for every organization. When one person is involved in every stage of the recruitment process, there can only be a certain number of candidates that person can handle at the same time. That's why full cycle recruiting was better for highly specialized roles or smaller organizations. And secondly, full cycle recruiting requires a broad skill set. Sourcing candidates is completely different from negotiating contracts, for instance. So you need a full cycle recruiter who can do well in each stage of the recruitment process. So what does the full cycle recruitment process look like? Let's go over the 6 steps. Preparing. Once the job requisition is approved, the full cycle recruiter schedules a vacancy intake with the hiring manager. During this meeting, they discuss the specific requirements for the new position, which include skills, role in the team, personality, capabilities. The recruiter uses this information to write the job description for internal use. This internal job description is used to write the job posting, which is the external text that candidates see. Sourcing. Once the job posting is ready, it's time to start looking for strong candidates. During the sourcing step, the full cycle recruiter keeps in touch with the hiring manager to give them regular updates. Screening. Screening helps you reduce the number of candidates to a manageable group of between 3 to 10 people. There are several screening methods you can use, such as resume screening. This can be done manually by the full cycle recruiter. However, there are also several resume screening tools you can use, and some applicant tracking systems offer this kind of functionality built in. Phone screening or chatbot. This helps align expectations between the candidate and the employer on topics such as compensation and benefit expectations, starting date, and other potential deal breakers. Pre-selection. This is a powerful tool that can help you avoid potential mismatches, predict quality of hire, and manage candidate expectations. Examples of pre-selection tools include cognitive testing, personality testing, and realistic job previews. Selecting. This is when the full cycle recruiter sends out assignments, arranges interviews, participates in the interview process, and provides feedback to candidates. Here are 3 things to keep an eye on in this stage. Scheduling. The full cycle recruiter needs to ensure that interviews are planned and confirmed, assignments are sent out and reviewed, and feedback is provided. Organization is key. Relationship with hiring manager. The recruiter should be in close contact with the hiring manager to keep them updated on the candidate's shortlist, feedback on candidates, requirements update, and more. Candidate experience. An interview guide can help the recruiter maintain structure, give all candidates the same experience, and reduce bias. Hiring. Once you've had a shortlist of 1 to 3 candidates, it's time to do a reference and background check if needed. After that, it's time for the hiring manager to decide who to hire. This decision should be a data-driven decision, so it needs to be based on the criteria used to rate the candidates during the selection process. After that, it's time to make a job offer. Onboarding. The last stage of the recruitment cycle is pre-boarding and onboarding. Make sure to keep in touch with the new hires during the pre-boarding to keep them engaged and excited. You can send a new hire the employee handbook, invite them to team activities, share information about their first day. And there you have it, the 6 steps of a successful full cycle recruitment process. If you want more in-depth information about this approach to recruitment, check out the full blog, which we've linked in the description below. And as always, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification button. Bye!